What's up, guys? Rob from the Lighting the Lamp podcast here. And I'm sure by now, if you're watching this, you are already aware of the news. But if not, I have the unfortunate duty to let you guys know that the NHL is suspending, pausing, postponing the 2019-2020 season. This is due to the COVID-19, otherwise known as COVID-19, otherwise known as the coronavirus pandemic that is currently affecting the world, really, more, the world over. To my knowledge, there have been no NHL players that have been infected, no NHL staff, or at this point, no fan has directly gotten the disease from a game. But last night, the NBA suspended its season after one of its players tested positive. And when that happened, it was kind of only a matter of time before the NHL was forced to make the same decision because of how many teams share arenas, how many teams, share these resources, locker rooms, etc. So they put out a statement. You can read it on the NHL website. And they said, basically, the gist of it is that the season is on pause. It's a very fluid and dynamic situation, so that they're going to evaluate kind of day by day, week by week, whether or not to decide to start the season again, or hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't come to losing the rest of the 2019-2020 season. If that should happen, it will be the first time since 1919 that the National Hockey League does not award the Stanley Cup for reasons other than lockout. 1919 was the influenza outbreak, in which the Seattle Metropolitans were playing the Montreal Canadiens. Basically, half the Canadiens roster was in the hospital, and the Seattle Metropolitans refused to accept the forfeit, so there was no Stanley Cup awarded that year. Right now, it's just on pause. They said that our goal is to resume play as soon as it's appropriate and prudent, so that we will be able to complete the season and award the Stanley Cup. So given how fast these things have developed, I still have some hope that there will be a Stanley Cup awarded at the end of this season, but as of right now, there are no games being played. Everything is postponed. The players have all been sent home. The staff has all been sent home. The referees have all been sent home. And that's kind of the gist of it, more or less. The NHL season is on pause. They have not announced that it is canceled. AHL, ECHL, CHL seasons have all been also put on hiatus for now. So it's not officially canceled. There's still a chance that the hockey season will be finished. Hopefully, fingers crossed at this point that, like I said, given how fast things have developed, there's still a chance that perhaps the warmer weather comes around and slows down transmission. Perhaps the social efforts of, people staying home or washing their hands more or just being generally aware of their health more slows down transmission. And maybe this only lasts a week or two. I doubt it'll only last a week. I should say probably 2 to 3 weeks would be the bare minimum. If the season gets pushed back by a month, you're kind of looking at July as being towards the end of the playoffs, which would still be feasible. I don't know that the NHL would want to have play being gone too far into summer just because they want to give the athletes time to rest before the off season. But as of right now, there is no hockey being played. But I did want to update you guys about as far as what this means for the Light and the Lamp podcast. Now, this is something that I started at the beginning of the season with Steve, as you guys know, and it's something that I want to continue doing. It's something that I want to build into a community and something that we can all enjoy. And to that end, we were planning on saving these topics for the off season, maybe throwing some summer episodes out there during the off season before the draft and all that other fun stuff to kind of keep you guys entertained. But in the meantime, we are going to continue our content. It's probably not going to be weekly until the NHL season resumes. But we're going to have some content for you guys. Some topics that we had in mind was going over, some of the stuff from the last decade, 2010 to at this point, 2020. What we think were the best teams, the team of the decade, players of the decade, maybe favorite moments, personal favorite teams of our, personal favorite years from our favorite teams. Just some stuff like that, some fun hockey topics that we can still talk about, because I think it's important in times like this where, there's no sports, there's not a lot of events that we can go to. Like Broadway was shut down today. A lot of states are banning gatherings of 500 to 1,000 people or more. In times like this where it's very stressful, and I know there's a lot of people out there who are panicking and freaking out and are just kind of scared. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to feel, but I'm going to also tell you that I think it's important, especially in times like this, for us to have something that we can come back to and just kind of forget about things for a while. And for a lot of people, that is what sports is. It's something that they can get lost in and really enjoy. And I know that if you guys are listening to this, the idea generally is that you guys love hockey. Steve and I have a very deep love for this game. It's a huge part of both of our lives, and it's been a part of my life for basically as long as I can remember at this point. And it's really something that, we love. We love the sport of hockey. And sports in general tends to be, like I said, an escape for some people. So I think it's important for me personally, and for everyone, just to have something to laugh at or have something to talk about and take your mind off of things for a while and kind of just, forget about things for a little bit. So, if even one person watches an episode and forgets about life for an hour and a half while we talk about our favorite team from 2010 to 2019, and they just, they smile and they listen to us just kind of talk about hockey for a while, that's worth it to me. So I think, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, what I'm doing is necessarily earth-shattering or life-changing, but I think it's important to give people something to think about other than right now what is unfortunately dominating headlines, dominating social media and everything else. So I hope you guys will continue to watch and continue to tune in. Perhaps not weekly, like I said, but we are going to continue having content here at Light and a Lamp Podcast. I hope you guys continue to watch. If you guys have any suggestions for topics or ideas, or you have any comments or anything you want to leave or anything of that nature, for sure, please leave it down in the description. You can also follow me on social media. My Twitter handle is at LBG_Rob. That's LBG_Rob. That's where I post updates about Light and Lamp Podcast and stuff like that. If you guys want to send in suggestions to that as well. I will be making a Light and Lamp Podcast Twitter handle and Facebook page, or maybe not Facebook, but definitely a Twitter handle towards the end of the season. But for now, if you guys want to follow me on social media, send in suggestions and stuff like that, you can be sure to do that. But otherwise, if you guys have any topics you want to talk about, any suggestions and stuff like that, like I said, we're going to continue the content here. And I just want to say for you guys, for any of our listeners, just stay safe. Don't panic, don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. Just be safe, wash your hands. If you're feeling sick, stay home, drink water, orange juice, get your vitamin C, stuff like that. Just be kind of conscious of the people around you. If you're coming into contact with the elderly, people with compromised immune systems, just be smart. If you're feeling sick, stay home, leave them be. But like I said, find something to laugh at or find something to watch that takes your mind off things. It's more important now in these times where it's stressful and it's, for a lot of people, it's very scary. Find something to listen to, find something to watch. And like I said, we're going to be making content here for you guys because I think it's important to give people something to think about other than the situation that's going on now. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we will be having content on the channel, so stay tuned. Our first topic coming up, we're going to try to get some of our other friends involved here. Like we had that one episode where we had our friend Joe. We're probably going to try to get him back on, maybe try to get some other buddies in a room and just rap about hockey and just talk hockey for a little bit. So stay tuned to the channel, stay safe everyone, and I will see you guys next time.